let's start with Ramsdale. I'm going to give him an 8. Whenever we needed him, he got the save done. And then in terms of aerial duels, I think they had like 3 or 4 corners or something like that, and he collected a couple of them very, very easily. High claims, save from inside the box. He made 2 saves from inside the box. Didn't have any clearances or interceptions or any tackles to make really good. See the defense doing great ahead of him. In terms of passes, he only had an accuracy of 41%. Usually he gets 50-60%, but he kept a clean sheet. Again, away at Crystal Palace, clean sheet. Away today, clean sheet. Really, really good to see. So Aaron Ramsdale gets an 8 for today, 8 out of 10. He went down injured as well. Like, my goodness, Arsenal with injuries. Like, literally, like the last 2 weeks alone, every single player has gone down with a knock or something. Luckily, he's okay. Hopefully, he enjoys the international break. I think he'll play at least one of those games. Next up, let's go to the right back, Ben White. Please, guys, the guys who are disrespecting Ben White, please, I am begging you, please respect Ben White. Southgate as well included. You never go without picking Ben White for your team. This is not even his position. He has been playing for us this season. We've not realized, we've not even noticed it, because like if White was not at Arsenal and Tomiyasu got injured, we would notice, because even right now Cedric is injured. We'd have to play some people on the right side, some youngsters, all that. We haven't even noticed that we don't have an actual right back and Ben White is playing there, because it's been so good defensively, attacking wise. I think actually Tomiyasu getting injured is definitely not a good thing, but for Arteta to make his decision, I think it wasn't a bad thing, because we were talking about Ben White or Saliba, who's going to play, who's going to be on the bench, blah blah blah. Like, it has made this decision easier, because Ben White has adapted to the right position, and we can play with both of them, because I think both of them are quite good. I think both of them could easily start for their countries at the World Cup. Ben White is playing really well at right back. In terms of stats today, at right back, did well, didn't get dominated. This is a guy who kept quiet, the likes of Zaha, when he played against Crystal Palace and teams like that. Ground duels, he won 2 out of 3. Accurate passes, 89%. Ground duels, he won 2 out of 3. Aerial duels, he won 50% of them. He made 3 clearances, 2 interceptions. Man, some good numbers. Long balls, like in terms of those long passes, he completed 2. He attempted 2 of them. He completed 2 of them. That is Ben White for you. That is why I always thought he needed to be in our team. He cannot sit on the bench. Just his passing alone, I don't think many people can do that in our team. Composure as well. That's why I'm always like, even if he plays in midfield, I don't think it's going to be a surprise, like a weird position for him. I actually think he can play as a midfielder without a problem, Ben White. So for today, the clean sheet as well, 8 out of 10. He got subbed off as well for Tomiyasu. And then the next defender is Saliba. I've given him a 9, man. This is like the second time I'm giving him a 9 this season. I think the first game he got a 10. What can we say about him? He not only does he defend, when we need a goal in the first half, the first goal of the game, Saliba goes ahead and scores. What ahead? He did not even look at what the goal was. Scored ahead. His second goal already this season for Arsenal. He's already picked up a couple of assists as well. So for the guy who was asking about Fantasy Premier League, this is the guy you can also have in your team. He's very good in terms of attacking the ball. I didn't actually realize that when he was coming to Arsenal. I thought he was just going to be very good defensively. I thought Gabriel was better in terms of attacking the ball. But having defenders who are scoring goals like this, Gabriel scored 5 last season. He's already scored this season. Saliba already has like 3 or 4 attacking returns this season. Not only just random goals as well. Remember his goal against Bournemouth, a fantastic goal. Today, a fantastic header. Absolutely fantastic to see. So he scored a goal and he kept a clean sheet. There's a time he had the ball and I thought he was going to lose it to the striker. I think it was Tony. And he literally just went around him so easily. It's a risk. Like Gabriel attempted that against Mitrovic and lost the ball. But when he pulled it off, it's fantastic. So the way he just went past, and then there's a time Tony was through again, and then he made a tackle at the end. And absolutely fantastic. Let me tell you his stats today. So I've given him a 9. Let me know, is he your man of the match or would you go for someone else? So he scored a goal. He had 2 clearances, 2 tackles. He won 4 out of his 5 duels as well. 89% in terms of accurate passes too. Guys, our defenders are pulling off 89%, 90% in terms of passing accuracy. Now, I know some of you would say they are passing along the back, so it's easier, but no. These guys are attempting long balls. They're passing the ball into the midfield to Thomas Partey, to the right and left to Martinelli and Saka, and they're completing these passes. Do you know how great it feels to have defenders who can actually pass the ball? Ben White, Saliba. You remember every time back in the day when Mustafi had the ball, you literally had to bow down and start praying because you didn't know what Mustafi was thinking in his head. He could do anything. He could score an own goal. He could give away the ball. He could just trip on the ball. Anything could happen. The defenders that we have right now, I'm feeling safe. I'm feeling secure when they have the ball. No problem at all. Sometimes even when Ramsdale passes the ball to Saliba, I have time to look at my phone because I know whoever has the ball, he'll do something correctly. Like, I don't have to be like, oh my goodness, Mustafi clear the ball, do this, do that. Nah. These guys are very composed. 9 out of 10 for Saliba. I am very happy that he's back being an Arsenal player. We sent him out on loan 3 times. It definitely worked. He's come back a totally different player, man. I really hope he goes to the World Cup as well. Next up is Gabriel. I've given him an 8 as well. Didn't score a goal like Saliba, but I think he was very solid as well. Made the tackles when needed. Clearing the ball as well. Didn't dwell on the ball too much today like he did against Fulham and Aston Villa, sometimes losing the ball. He did give away the ball once today, I saw it, but the interception he made in the 7th minute, the tackles, he made 1 interception, 1 tackle, 5 clearances. The duels he had to win 2 out of 2. Aerial duels he won less than 50%. He lost position 9 times. He was fouled once. He had 75 touches. Another defender completing 87% of his passes. Our defenders are playing like midfielders. And then long balls, he only completed 1 of the 7. So that is why I'm saying Ben White, like if you compare him with Gabriel in terms of passing the ball, like Ben White is like 10 times better, like especially the long balls. Very great. So if Tomiyasu comes back into the team and starts playing very well and doesn't get injured again, there's also a part of me that is thinking, yes, Gabriel is a left footer. I do understand he has to be there because he's a left foot as well. But some part of me is thinking I'd not even be surprised if sometime this season we see Saliba and Ben White as a centre-backs and Gabriel on the bench for a couple of games. I'd not be surprised. But I do understand Gabriel is a left foot and he has to play. But I cannot believe there's a time you were talking about Gabriel and Pablo Mari. Who's better between Gabriel and Pablo Mari? Please, like we were so stupid asking ourselves that question. Gabriel and Pablo Mari. Please. Gabriel is also, I know he's made a couple of mistakes, but every time he's there, like I just feel so safe. Like I know he's going to clear the ball. I know he has a good understanding with Ben White and Saliba. He's also learned English, so we don't have to worry about that as well. Thank you very much, Gabriel. Thank you very much. So 8 out of 10 for him. And then the last defender is Tierney, our backup. Can you imagine? Tierney is our backup. This guy who was the best left back in the world for like 4 years is our backup. So even if Zinchenko gets injured, Tierney is the one who's coming on. Things are looking good, guys. Things are actually looking good. Things are looking decent. Tierney, what a performance again today. He actually went forward and created a couple of chances. Some of those shots that Saka and Jesus were taking were from Tierney's pass, so he could easily have had an assist today as well. In terms of stats, so let me know which defender do you think was better between Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Tierney. So again, I only watched the game once, so I might make a mistake with these ones. So he had 1 interception, 1 tackle, and 5 clearances as well. Ground duels, he won 2 out of 3. 86% of passes. Another defender with more than 86% in terms of passes. Long balls, 2 out of 4, and then he also had a shot off target today. So Tierney, I've given him an 8 out of 10. Everyone gets an extra point because he kept a clean sheet. If they had scored today, maybe we would have been talking about 7s, but absolutely fantastic. So 8 out of 10 for Tierney. So those are the defenders and the forward players. Ramsdale 8, and the defenders and the goalkeeper. So Ramsdale 8, Tierney 8, Gabriel 8, Saliba 9, White 8. Midfield time. What am I giving the midfielders for today? Xhaka, captain, 9 out of 10. Like if he got an assist or something or another goal in that game or didn't even pick up that silly yellow card, we could easily have been looking at a 10 out of 10. Like that is how good his performance was. We rarely give 10 out of 10. Last season, I think I gave it to, was it like Saka against Tottenham or something? Maybe twice last season. And this season, I think I only gave a 10 to Saliba against Crystal Palace because he did very well in his debut. But he rarely gives 10s, rarely. I think Jesus in the friendly as well when he scored a hat-trick or something like that. But Xhaka today, 9 out of 10. There's so many things. Like the way his new position, maybe that has always been his position. Maybe we've been playing him in the wrong position for 5-6 years. He's definitely not a defensive midfielder. When Xhaka plays in defensive midfield, he makes a couple of errors. He commits fouls because when he gets a very quick number 10, especially like De Bruyne, he's in for a very tough night when he's playing as a defensive midfielder. But when he's playing further ahead, you don't have to worry about that at all Like, his passing ability is great. He can shoot the ball whenever. He's scoring a couple of goals. He's assisting this season as well. Like, really, really good option. Like, if you're feeling brave in your FPL, you can also have him in your team because he's looking good. He's not picking up a lot of yellow cards like he used to, and red cards, like complaining with the referee and all that. Not at all. Like, I'm very interested to see his stats from today. So he got the assist for the Jesus goal. What a cross! My goodness, that cross was fantastic. So, Granit Xhaka for today, he assisted. He had 89% of accurate pass in terms of accurate passes. Wow, this is crazy. Everyone I've gone through so far has 89%, 88% in terms of accurate passes, which means we aren't giving away the ball a lot today. 2 long balls out of 4. So Xhaka attempted 56 passes and he completed 50 of them. 2 duels out of 3 won. Aerial duels 1 out of 2. He was fouled twice and he fouled once. Who thought we'd see this day? Xhaka is getting fouled more than he's actually fouling. So people are actually fouling Xhaka more than he's fouling them. We are going to win the Premier League, guys. We are going to win the Premier League. Who thought Xhaka is getting fouled more times than he's actually fouling? Yeah, Granit Xhaka. Yes, the one Granit Xhaka, the captain of Switzerland, the Arsenal captain from today. He also made 1 clearance and 1 interception. Fantastic, man. Granit Xhaka, 9 out of 10. Remember, as we always say, if a player plays well, we are going to say he's playing well. A lot of us are talking about Nketiah getting sold, Xhaka getting sold, all that the last 2 years. But when they start playing well like this, you'll not hear it coming out of my mouth. You'll never hear me saying Xhaka should get sold. He's playing like this. Oh my goodness. Even Edu will not need to buy a midfielder if Xhaka is playing like this. So Xhaka 9 out of 10. I mean, Xhaka, let's be honest as well. He almost gets new powers when this guy is next to him. Thomas Partey, 8 out of 10. Xhaka looks like 10 times the player he is when Partey is next to him. He becomes a better player as well. Partey gets an 8 for today. He comes back to the squad and we keep a clean sheet right away after conceding in like 4 games in a row. Very, very solid in front of the defenders. The one thing I like about Partey is transition. The way he can collect the ball from the defender and move it very quickly to Saka, to Martinelli, to Fabio Vieira, whoever's playing ahead of him. He also can pull off a long pass from nowhere to Martinelli to Saka. He has that in his game. He can also just push forward with the ball from midfield and take a shot if he wants. Okay, most of the shots are off target, but you get what I mean. It's very good in terms of that. I like the way he transitioned the ball very, very quickly. That is what I want. Now, Elneny, when he plays, sometimes is good, but you saw when Elneny started the game before he got injured, you saw how slow the pace is in midfield. Like when he gets the ball, he'll need time to look left, right, where do I pass, all that. But for Partey, very quickly gets the ball, pass is gone, and we are on to attack right again. So his stats from today. He got 93 touches, 86% in terms of accurate passes as well. My goodness. Long balls, 3 out of 5. He won 3 out of his 5 ground duels. He won 1 out of his 2 aerial duels. He did lose possession 14 times today. Clearances 1, tackles 1. He was also fouled. And today, Thomas Partey did not commit a foul. Yes, the whole 90 minutes, Thomas Partey did not foul anyone. In the defensive midfield position, Thomas Partey did not foul anyone. He was actually fouled as well more times than he fouled. 8 out of 10 for Thomas Partey. Things are looking good. I can see why we are top of the table. 8 out of 10 for Thomas Partey for today. The player who was playing ahead of them, Fabio Vieira, have given him an 8 as well. What a goal. His first start for Arsenal, scored the other day. Marquinhos, his first game for Arsenal, scored against Zurich. What a shot from Fabio Vieira. There's been a lot of talk about him as well. Fabio Vieira is too tiny. He cannot battle with Premier League teams like Brentford and those guys away. He's too small. He's not used to the game. He already got injured for 2 months. This is not the guy that we need. Odegaard is way better than him. We should have signed anyone else. No. What Fabio Vieira is giving you today is giving you a goal. He's giving you 52 touches. He's giving you 85% in terms of accurate passes. 1 very key pass. He also had a shot on target, a very good shot on target. One of the goals of our goal of the season, probably as of now. I think this is our goal of the season so far, right? I think Saliba was good. I think Jesus was also good against Leicester. Saliba was good against Bournemouth. guys, we are making our own top 10 goals list already in the first 7-8 games. So what a strike from Fabio Vieira, his debut. Like, it's good to know that even when Odegaard is not there, even when Smith Rowe Martinelli are not there, we have someone like Fabio Vieira to play. He'll definitely help us a lot this season, because we know with the injuries, the chances of us of our players not getting injured between now and the end of the season is very minimal. We'll probably have Saka missing a couple, Martinelli missing a couple, so players like Fabio Vieira will be needed a lot. So very, very happy to see him fit, and he gets an 8 for today. What a goal. Is that your goal of the season so far, or do you still prefer Saliba against Bournemouth or Jesus against Leicester? Next up, the forward players. I've given Saka an 8. He got 2 assists today. The first corner to Saliba, what a cross. For the guys who are just joining, I did talk about set pieces with Arsenal. This stat in terms of set pieces, like Arsenal are the most lethal team in terms of set pieces in the whole of Europe. And second is Brentford, and we just scored against them today from a set piece. And then there's Roma, Liverpool, and all those guys. So we are very dangerous from set pieces, defending and attacking. And one of the reasons why we've been scoring a lot of corners this season, we scored a corner kick against Crystal Palace. We scored a corner kick against Leicester. We scored a corner kick against Fulham. We've scored a corner kick against our opponents today, Brentford. I'm pretty sure I might have missed one or something. I don't remember if we scored a corner kick against Aston Villa or something. I don't remember, but we are actually doing something. Like, we're doing something correct. Really fair play to the Arsenal set piece coach. Is definitely doing something right. And one of the reasons we are scoring those set pieces is because of people like Saka. His delivery, his crosses have improved a lot. Basically, he's improved a lot in terms of the set pieces, in terms of taking the corner kick. So he gets an 8 for today. He also assisted the Fabio Vieira goal, even though it was basically all Fabio Vieira, but it was from Saka's run, let's be honest. He also he didn't actually attempt any dribbles today. We were moving the ball so quickly. He had 93% in terms of accurate passes. My goodness. 3 key passes, 1 long ball out of 1 cross that was successful as well. He committed 2 fouls, didn't get fouled today. This is the first time I've seen Saka not getting fouled in a game. That is great. That means we aren't even giving the ball to Saka that much today. We had other options. We had Fabio Vieira, we had other forward players and everything. So good to see as well. So Saka gets an 8. Now Martinelli, maybe some of you might disagree, but I've given him a 7. I think he's definitely performed better than this game this season. I think the likes of Saka and Xhaka were better than Martinelli today. Yes, sometimes when he gets the ball, the way he just runs past players, fantastic to see. But I think we've seen better performances from him this season. So I don't think 7 is bad. 7 is not bad at all. So Martinelli gets a 7 for today. I do not think 7 is a bad score at all. I mean, he didn't score assist. He had 50 touches, 86% of accuracy in terms of passes. So today we did not give away the ball a lot, because these guys have 86%, 90% in terms of passes. He actually did not complete any cross at all today. He did not attempt any key ball. He only had 1 shot on target. He attempted 5 dribbles. He completed 4. The one thing I love about him is the ground duels as well. Like, he got involved in 14 duels, more than anyone from our team, and he won 5 of them. He lost position 12 times. He was fouled once as well. So I think he was okay. He wasn't great like the others, but he was okay. So Martinelli gets a 7. And if a player on a bad day, on a quiet day like this, Martinelli gets a 7, that shows you his how good he has been this season, that we are talking about him getting a 7, because he wasn't that involved in the game today like the rest, like the likes of Xhaka. But 7 is not a bad score. 7 for Martinelli. Jesus, I've given him an 8. I saw someone saying he's the man of the match, but I think the likes of Xhaka were better. I mean, maybe he should get an extra point for this dance. This dance was fantastic. Maybe we should give him an extra point for that, and also for cleaning Xhaka's shoes for today. I mean, he did a lot of work today, Jesus. He was getting past defenders. He had time to dance. He had time to score a goal. He had time to clean Xhaka's shoes. Like, this guy can do everything, can't he? Like, he literally can do everything. Gabriel Jesus has been sitting on the bench for Man City. Why are we signing him? Mikel Arteta out. Gabriel Jesus is trash. Why are we saying this guy cannot get more than 2 goals for us? He only scores in preseason games. Why are Arsenal signing this guy? We needed someone like Victor Osimhen. We needed someone like Ivan Toney. Why didn't we go for players like Aubameyang? Why did you let him go to Chelsea? Who the hell is Gabriel Jesus? Gabriel Jesus is that guy who has already scored a lot of goals this season. He's already gotten a couple of assists as well. Fantastic player. What a guy. What a guy. Please put some respect on Gabriel Jesus' name. He will definitely go to the World Cup. I think the reason why these Brazil players have not been picked for their team is, I hope I didn't shout by there that much, is because I think they'll actually, I think Edu asked for them to be rested, because there's no way Gabriel Jesus cannot be picked for Brazil. There's literally no way. Martinelli maybe, but Martinelli has been our best player this season, so him not going to Brazil, listen, I don't mind. Like Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, and Gabriel are all not going to the international teams, which means they have time to rest. I have no problem with that at all. Let them rest. Let them rest. Jesus got a new baby recently. Let him spend time with his family as well. So that is the starting lineup. Let me recap it. Ramsdale 8, Tierney 8, Gabriel 8, Saliba 9, White 8, Xhaka 9, Partey 8, Vieira 8, Saka 8, Martinelli 7, and Jesus 8. That is almost perfect. A clean sheet and 3 goals scored. Ketia wasn't on for too long. I've given him a 6. Lokonga wasn't on for too long. I've given him a 6. Marquinhos wasn't on for too long. I've given him a 5. But Nwaneri, the 15-year-old, I've given him a 7 because he's 15 years old. He gets 2 extra points because he's 15 years old. He gets a 7. Making a Premier League appearance at 15 years old is crazy, man. That means he was born like in 2007. That is just crazy. So fair play to him becoming the youngest ever player playing in the Premier League. Last up is the manager. I have given Mikel Arteta a 9. I'll tell you another thing people have been saying. Whenever these managers get a manager of the month, it's a manager of the month curse. Whenever these guys get this award, they're going to lose the next 3 games. Nah, not really. Don't believe in those things, what people say. And don't believe everything. Not Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta is happy. He got a 9 today. What a great bounce back from that game against Man United. We've beaten Zurich and we've now beaten Brentford. I was actually scared of Brentford. Brentford is a very good team. I've watched them this season a lot, and the way they're kind of team that can dominate. They can overrun you in the first 30 minutes, and when you check the scoreline, it's 5-0 if you're not careful. Like, that's how good they are. They're very quick, and they have a very good striker who can run, who can score, who's just been picked for England. The likes of Mbemo, all those guys, very, very good. So we went there. We kept Ivan Toney quiet, nice kick about with the boys, in the words of Ivan Toney. He gave a debut to a 15-year-old, so he's a man of culture. I thought he wasn't going to bring him on. Like, if I was a manager and I hear that start, I'd be like, okay, I'll definitely bring you on, because I'm a nice guy. I want you to come on and play as a 15-year-old. That is good. So nice to see it says a man of culture. He gave the youngster a chance to make history. We got 3 goals. We are scoring from set pieces. We manager of the month. Let's go and get it for a second time and a third time.